What are you saying, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys a breakdown of a new stock today. So this stock is one that is sitting in the $41 range right now, and it is heavily oversold. And this stock that we're going to be looking at today is ViacomCBS, ticker symbol VIAC. So Viacom is an American mass media company, so they deal with the entertainment industry. And like I mentioned, this stock is sitting in the $41 range, but just a month ago, literally in March, this stock was sitting at over $100 at some point. Now, compare that to March 2020, where this stock was sitting at just under $10, all the way to March 2021, where, like I mentioned, it was sitting at over $100. So this stock had a dramatic movement from March last year until March this year, and that had continued into April. It saw a heavy sell-off where it lost about 60% of its value. It dropped from $100 to under $45 within less than a week, and now it's just starting to recover. So in this video, we're going to break it down. We're going to look at some important factors. We're going to look at when you should be getting into, especially ahead of their earnings coming up. Also, we're going to look at a load of different things which could influence the stock price in the future. So before we do that, please, let's do the usual stuff. Get that out of the way, drop that thumbs up, hit the like button on this video. These videos do take time to research, to create, to upload, to edit, all of that. So please do drop a like, it's definitely appreciated. Add to that, make sure you guys comment on the video. Let me know your thoughts on Viacom. Let me know if you're interested in it, investing in it, all sorts. Just drop in the comment section below. It also helps with the algorithm. So again, just comment 5 times if you need to, but just comment anyway. Add to that, make sure you guys share these videos with your friends. Push them out to more people. Don't just steal all the knowledge for yourselves. Be generous. I'm giving you guys knowledge. You guys need to pass on knowledge to other people. And lastly but not least, make sure to hit the red button below. We just passed 2,200 subscribers. We're on to 2,300 subscribers now. So make sure you hit that red button if you're new around here. Again, it's a channel where I upload a lot of videos similar to this. So please do subscribe for more videos like this. But ViacomCBS, again, ticker symbol VIAC. So Viacom was actually just Viacom until 2019, where it merged with CBS and became ViacomCBS. So that's why you might recognize Viacom and also CBS, but yes, now it's called ViacomCBS. So this stock was sitting at over $100, like I mentioned, and had a massive sell-off. So you guys might have seen this and you might not have, but you probably want to go look it up. The Archegos scandal, and this involved Archegos having to liquidate $20 billion worth of shares of Viacom. So once the news of that scandal broke out, the stock went from this all the way down to this. And now it's trading at just levels a little bit similar to where it was in January. You will definitely see very similar patterns with the stocks Discovery, ticker symbol DISCA, and also Tencent, ticker symbol TME. So with all three of these stocks, they continuously rose from October, November, December, January through that nice bull run we had. Even all the way up to March, they were still doing really well. And March, all three of these just fell off heavily. Again, the Archegos scandal, you guys need to go and read up about it. We'll explain a little bit more about what happened. And yes, so all these stocks sold off, and now all three of them are actually heavily oversold. So Viacom are going to announce their earnings in the first week of May, so next week. And actually, today in the Discord, I did put an option play in for Viacom, which is expiring next week. But the reason I did this is because analysts have a price target of Viacom of $60. Now, $60, like I mentioned, that is more than a 50% gain from where it's at right now. That's around a 50% gain from where it's at right now. That's a huge gain. And I'm not saying it's going to run up to $60 because my price target for it, short term before earnings is $45. It's simple as that. But going into next week into earnings, I feel like this one is going to be extremely hot. Viacom invested their direct offering into Paramount Plus. They've got more growing subs consistently year over year. They've also owned rights to the NFL, the NCAA, and also the NBA. And you also have to take into consideration that, like I mentioned, this company's continued to grow, it's sold off heavily, and analysts have a median price target of $60 for it. With all these factors, you see exciting things coming into the future. Some of you guys might have heard of the company Rakuten. They're also trying to do some similar business with them. They're trying to expand throughout multiple countries in the world. They're trying to increase their network and of course their net worth in that way. They're trying to branch out and create more international partnerships with companies like Rakuten, which I mentioned. But from all these different events, you can see that there's huge potential with earnings and of course stock price. When it comes to revenue, what these guys are doing right now is surely going to help them increase their revenue year on year. Again, it doesn't matter what people do, it doesn't matter how much the stock crashes, it can still return, it can still recover, it can still go back to levels it was at before. So do I expect this one to go back to levels of 100 within the next month? No. Like I mentioned, short term, I'd say the next couple of weeks, I see $45. Within the next few weeks, maybe a couple months, I definitely see $60 very possible. So that's one of the main reasons I've had my eyes so close on this stock recently. Today in the group chat in the Discord, I called out a play. I said a $42 call for Viacom expiring May 7th at a price point or a premium of $198. If you got in, you are now up. If you got in even lower than that, because it did dip throughout the morning, it did sell off throughout the morning before it recovered, then you should be up on your play. But it's not just about that. We're trying to hold this at least going into next week before earnings come. If it gets to Thursday, Friday, your premiums increased heavily and you're happy to take money out, that's a good sign. That's good for you. There's no worries there. But if it continues to run, I'm going to be holding it into next week as close to earnings as possible, because I don't see how this stock stays in the $41 range. I don't see how this stock, if it does break 42 as it's been trying to break 42, I don't see how it doesn't run up to 45. Just like NEO today was stuck below the $42 mark before it eventually broke free. I see the same thing, a very similar situation happening with Viacom. So even though Viacom is showing very bullish activity, very bullish signs, today itself in the market, there was a low volume, didn't really show a lot of potential. There wasn't a lot of noise around it. But again, it had that pullback in the morning. It had a little quiet day, but it slowly started to rise until market close. Now it finished the day in the green, which is what we like to see. It's going to be very interesting to see what it does tomorrow and the next coming days, because I do see people loading up on the call options on this, and I think it's just a matter of time before it starts to break out. I believe Viacom is quite similar to Palantir in the way that it's set up basically perfectly with the run up until earnings. I do think that once they start to announce their earnings, a lot of people are going to get caught watching it, keeping tabs on it, and eventually see when it starts to blow. Obviously, after earnings, it might sell off a bit, just like Tesla had their earnings today, and even though it was a great earnings, it was strong earnings, it still sold off after hours. But Viacom is one that, even if it sells off, I'll be looking to buy in long term. Right now, at the price point it's sitting in, I'll definitely buy long term. Right now, at the price point it's sitting in, I definitely see potential option plays going up to earnings. Another thing to note is right now, it's sitting very close to the 20-day SMA, and if it does touch this or it does go past this, you could see the stock fly up straight away. Again, it's on bull watch for the next week or so anyway, so you probably want to have it on your watch list. But if you do have it on your watch list, you do want to check the chart. Just check that 20-day SMA, check what it's doing, check where the price of stock is. Because again, once it passes that, you could see it fly. Viacom currently has a market cap of $26 billion, a net revenue of $25.2 billion, $6 billion in cash. They're available in over 180 countries and looking to expand into more countries. Having a bigger reach globally around the world only means more potential for revenue. And when it comes to these kind of companies, you do want to look at what kind of revenue they're bringing in. You do want to look at the market cap, of course, what kind of partnerships they're looking into, news, latest news, what possibilities there are for the company itself. And like I mentioned, with this company right now, with what they're trying to do with, also involving e-commerce companies, many different companies, now that the sell-off due to the scandal has finished, in my opinion, all these factors are slowly contributing to the stock recovering from the huge sell-off last month. As I stated, selling off from $100 to less than $45 is almost a 60% sell-off, and it did this in less than a week. You'll be lucky to see a stock sell off 60%, in years if there weren't a stock market crash. This did the sell-off without a stock market crash. And again, I think right now this stock is extremely undervalued. This stock has sold off way too much. And with the entertainment industry, cable, the sports industry, again, Viacom has so much potential. But right now, the focus, what you guys probably want to hear, is the lead up to earnings. Stick with it right now. Now is definitely a time to get in. Look at how it's sitting under the $42 mark right now. Let's just see it break that $42 price point. Let's see it cross past the 20-day SMA. And hopefully, let's see this fly. If you guys go and check who's buying calls on it, what companies are purchasing it, you will find some interesting information. You'll find some interesting news. So go check that out as well. Lastly, I'd like to say, please do check out the stock option starter pack. The link is in the description below. Many of you guys have purchased it. Many of you guys are throwing it out there in the Discord, even though I'm already in the Discord. But yeah, I do want to clarify, if you're new to stock options, please check that out. Also, make sure you guys go check out the Discord. We just passed about 285 members. Well, right before I recorded this, we passed 285. It would be nice to get to 300 before May. And finally, make sure you guys check out all those links in the description. We have Coinbase links, we have Robinhood links, we have my smartwatches, Time Gear. Go check us out. This is my own business, it's my own company. So please check it out. Again, if you're new around here, I'm going to say it one more time. Hit the beautiful red button below. I'm sure many of you guys have had a great day in the market. Many of you guys are looking to have more great days in the market. So stick with us, stay around here, and within no time, you'll find those days you're looking for. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. That's it from me. Let me know your thoughts on Viacom in the comment section below. I got money making. You got stocks to be watching. See you guys tomorrow for another video. Peace.